Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen Liao. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in the show today, Jordan Tzu Chi volunteers are distributing food supplies to 900 refugee families near the border of Jordan and Syria. In Taiwan, Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital recently set up a palliative care program to provide timely medical assistance to home care patients. With the ever-increasing disputes found in food we consume nowadays, we investigate the regulations in place regarding food safety. As the conflict in Syria continues, the Love Jordan Tzu Chi volunteers have shown refugees has not ceased. Following their winter clothing distribution in January, volunteers recently headed to Sa'al Horan near the border of Jordan and Syria to distribute food supplies to 900 households.
Here in Jordan, although the aid distribution has not yet started, the square is already filled with refugees. Tzu Chi volunteers prepare balloons to hand out to children and also start teaching them a sign language song. When the aid supplies arrive, local volunteers wearing the yellow vests hurry to move the items off the truck before neatly arranging the supplies for distribution. The aid supplies this time are mainly food products, which include rice, sugar, fava beans, cooking oil, powdered milk, and tea. Volunteers hope this distribution will benefit the 900 families living in Sa'al Horan. Tzu Chi's love continues to pour into Jordan as the number of Syrian refugees in the country has reached over 400,000. Some of them arrived with injuries and are lost, temporarily sheltered at the casualty wards. Jordan Tzu Chi volunteers also paid a visit to 3 casualty wards in Irvid.
Joy and hope, love and care for each one in this world.
Holding translated lyrics in their hands and watching Tzu Chi volunteers perform, the worries and care of these refugees are temporarily forgotten among the warmth of the volunteers' love.
Next, in Myanmar, we follow the story of U Ta Ming. Each month, Tzu Chi delivers a 50-kilogram bag of rice to help the family, and the timely help has inspired U Ta Ming to save a handful of rice daily for others in need, and he hopes that his grandson will grow up to help those in need as well.
It's the dry season here in Myanmar as volunteers drive the dusty roads to reach the home of 74-year-old U Ta Min. The 50-kilogram rice that Tzu Chi brings every month means that he and his grandson have enough to eat. In gratitude, U Ta Min also remembers to give back.
Every time I make a meal, I will first put some rice aside. In total, I have saved up 5 buckets of rice, which I've used to support 5 temples.
U Ta Min currently rents out his farmland to help pay for his grandson's schooling and medical fees. As his daughter and son-in-law both passed away from AIDS, it is now up to this grandfather to take care of his grandson and his medical condition.
Of course, I hope that when he grows up, he can be like you volunteers. As long as I have breath in me, I will work to find ways to ensure he can continue to go to school.
Also visiting the family are several young volunteers who are here to say hello. Although excited to see volunteers his own age, U Ta Min's grandson, Ong Myo Tu, is shy at first. Under the volunteers' encouragement, Ong Myo Tu slowly opens up to his new friends and soon finds himself on the path to fulfilling his grandfather's high hopes for him.
To enrich the spiritual well-being of students, Tzu Chi volunteers from Nantuen District in Taichung City visited schools in Nantou Counties, Rengai and Xingyi Townships to donate children's books published by Tzu Chi. Here's more.
It's 7 a.m. and Taichung Tzu Chi volunteers are setting out to Rengai Township's Chunyang Elementary. After a 2-hour drive, volunteers finally reach their destination, where they are welcomed with the traditional greeting. What follows is a moment of excitement for the students, as volunteers donate 3 sets of Tzu Chi's children's books to the school.
We hope that our students will always carry a grateful heart, no matter what problems they encounter in life.
Another school also receiving books donated by Tzu Chi is the Qingjing Elementary School in Ren'ai Township. As volunteers share concepts of carbon reduction, students eagerly share their ideas and what they know. Volunteers also travel to Tongfu Elementary and Luona Elementary School, where they put on a show skit for students. The performance staged by the volunteers inspired many students in the audience as well.
We should limit our desires and instead learn to help those in need. We should cherish the earth's resources too.
Seeing these children more thoughtful now, volunteers say their long drive here has been made worthwhile.
In Taiwan, Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital recently established one of the first palliative care programs on the East Coast. The purpose of the program is to provide home care patients with timely medical assistance through the use of computer monitoring. To care for patients that suffer from chronic disease or dementia, Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital established a palliative care program. Medical staff hope with the availability of newer technology, they can better assist patients who are spending their final days at home.
According to research, non-cancer patients or dementia patients will require much more love and care from society than compared to cancer patients. We want to establish a plan to better care for them even when they are at home.
Through cloud computing technology, a palliative care program can be carried out even in patients' home, not only fulfilling patients' wishes to stay at home with their families, but also giving medical staff the chance to monitor their patients' conditions and provide any assistance when needed.
We want to provide patients with a chance to be with their family members during the last stages of their lives. Through this system, we can monitor the patient's vital signs and provide them with the best assistance when needed.
In the future, the program will also be implemented at St. Mary's Hospital in Taidong County. Through the program, both hospitals can better safeguard the health of local residents in eastern Taiwan.
I hope that this program can be made available to every patient. We hope that through the system we can give patients or their family members the assistance they need.
Now, thanks to the establishment of a palliative care program at Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital, patients can pass through the last stages of their lives in peace and dignity. Chen Yiying first joined Tzu Chi as a Tzu Chi during her university days and devoted herself to volunteer work. Yet tragically, Chen was later diagnosed with leukemia. After a long fight with her illness, she closed the final chapter of her life on March 30th. On April 1st, Chen's family fulfilled her lifetime wish and donated her body to medical science.
Chanting the sutra and in sincere prayer, family and friends are passing on their blessings to Tzu Chi volunteer Chen Yiying, also known to those close to her as Grace. Having fought a long battle with leukemia, Chen passed away on the morning of March 30th, and her body was soon after donated to medical science.
To become a silent mentor upon her passing was her biggest wish, and to see her lifetime wish fulfilled is what matters most to us.
With her Dharma name Tzu Shun, Chen always had a deep passion for music. During her days as a Tzu Qing, she established the Tzu Chi Choir, spreading Tzu Chi's humanitarianism through song.
When we were still teens, we would sing, do community service, and visit nursing homes together.
Her optimistic nature was infectious.
Chen was an optimistic and cheerful girl in the eyes of all, and it was this positive nature which infected all those around her. During the time of her illness, not only did she continue to do Tzu Chi's work, but also encouraged her husband, a fluent speaker in French, to volunteer in the relief efforts in Haiti.
She was my best teacher, my best mentor in life. She was my guide before I met Master.
Although Chen closed the final chapter of her life at age 36, she nevertheless led a truly remarkable and colorful life.
In our next report, we meet a 6th grader at the Tzu Chi Elementary School in Hualien County. Liu Ting-yi was once a mischievous student at school. However, following the cultivation he received in school, Liu gradually has changed for the better.
Helping the teacher in class operate the computer is Tzu Chi Elementary School student Liu Ting-yi. As a class leader, Liu is passionate about helping his classmates. Back at home, Liu is also a conscientious young man, as he helps his parents do the dishes. However, before he entered the 6th grade, he was once considered as a mischievous student.
In 4th grade, his teacher told us he was a naughty student at school. Actually, I was quite worried back then. His teacher even saw him as potentially hyperactive.
Now, as a class leader, Liu finds a sense of responsibility in being a role model for his fellow classmates. Following his participation in the Water Repentance Sutra and the Sutra of Profound Gratitude to Parents, Liu became an even more mature young man.
Before, I often made them worry, and I feel really sorry for that. The scripture says that one way to reciprocate is to take part in a sutra performance. That's why I joined the musical rendition of the Sutra of Profound Gratitude to Parents.
Actually, he has changed to being a much more mature child after 4th grade. Now we don't even have to ask him to help. He will voluntarily do household chores. We usually work late at the hospital, and whatever household chores we ask him to do, he is willing to help out. He is very thoughtful.
Liu's parents are often busy working. As the eldest child in the family, he will take the responsibility of looking after his little brother, Liu Tingjie.
I often tell Tingjie that he should learn from his elder brother to help with the dishes or other household chores. I think Ting-yi's behavior more or less influences his little brother.
Originally from Taoyuan, Liu's family moved to Hualien to allow him to study at the Tzu Chi Elementary School. The comprehensive humanitarian education from kindergarten through elementary school is something that impressed Liu's father.
I think Tzu Chi's humanitarian education is really successful. Their students are very courteous upon seeing other people.
Other than humanitarian education, the school has also introduced musical renditions to get students to learn to respect lives. Seeing the young man change for the better, his parents also have followed his steps in adopting vegetarianism.
To be a filial child, you have to follow your parents and be there for them so that they won't feel lonely. This is the right way to fulfill your filial duties.
Now a well-behaved child, Liu has shown the world what a humanitarian education can do.
According to government estimates, Taiwan has some 5,000 registered manufacturers, and among them only 10% pass GMP, Good Manufacturing Practices standards. Beginning today, we will look into the food safety issue and learn how consumers can guard against what they eat.
As As the freshly made rice noodles are taken outside for a sunbath, a line of sparrows are already waiting on the rooftops for the meal of the day. Situated in Hsinchu and established for over a century, the third-generation owner of this factory, Guo Lianjing, carries on the family tradition of making rice noodles with 100% rice.
My grandpa said that this Hsinchu rice noodle is a tradition, and as a famous local food, we have to make it right and delicious, so we can't change the process one bit.
Determined to produce quality rice noodles, Guo uses the best rice he can find. Though it may not be as chewy as those made with added corn flour, it is much easier to digest. In fact, earlier this year, a research found some 90% of rice noodle products do not contain as much rice as indicated.
It really depends on the market demand because everyone has their own way. My method is to make it by hand. Others might have different demands, so that's why they choose to do it their way.
Unwilling to comment on others' production method, and despite the higher cost needed to produce his rice noodles, the trick to Guo's century-old factory for surviving tough competition is the goodwill his family has built up over the decades.
It is not just rice noodles, but we may all be surprised to find the food we eat each day is not what it seems like on the outside. Take a trip with us to the supermarket and you will see consumers these days are more careful when making a purchase.
I check to see if there are any preservatives or if there's any trans fat. I will just try to look for healthier products.
Consumers may be picky with their food, however, one may wonder who is guarding what we eat.
For high-risk products, we will allocate the required budget to carry out sample tests. And when there are products that don't pass our standards, we not only take that product off the shelf, but also ask the supplier to reproduce it to meet our standards.
When we carry out random sample testing, inevitably some unqualified products will slip through to the market. This is when our local health administration will step in to monitor the market as well.
To ensure there are no illegal chemical additives in the food we consume, the government randomly draws 5% of the product in the marketplace for testing. As for those that pose high risks, such as peanuts and chrysanthemums, testing rates stand at 100%. Nevertheless, these preventive methods are still not enough for consumers.
Does the amount of salt and calories listed match? In fact, our test results came back quite different to what is marked here. Though the suppliers provided ingredient content, no one really takes note of whether these lists are accurate or not.
With strict regulations in place to guard what we eat, one is left to wonder why food management is such a difficult task. Moreover, with the increasing dispute over false ingredients found in products, consumers can only hope that the government continues to act as a monitor, and food manufacturers find it in their hearts to produce quality, healthy products.
The Philippines Jingsi Books and Cafe, at the request of the Filipino Chinese Bakery Association, attended a bakery fair in Pasay City. During the 3-day fair, volunteers introduced Tzu Chi's food products as a way to promote vegetarianism to the general public.
At the 2013 Bakery Fair, in addition to the hundreds of choices of baked goods, fairgoers now also have a chance to learn more about Tzu Chi's Jingsi Books and its line of publications and foodstuffs.
It's a healthy food kasi, so para mas less yung cholesterol, less ang fats. So I always serve it for the whole family. So they also get used to eating vegetables. So it's a balanced diet.
Although not part of the Filipino Chinese Bakery Association, Tzu Chi was nevertheless extended an invitation by the fair organizers in hopes that Tzu Chi's messages on vegetarianism and eating only 80% could reach more people.
We know your good intentions, so of course we want to also extend the privilege this to Tzu Chi because we have a common goal. To help those people in need.
My kids love to eat noodles. This time I bought a big bag of noodles from Tzu Chi. I hope this will help them eat vegetarian more often, as vegetables are much better for our health. In addition to keeping you healthy, loving the earth also starts from what and how you consume.
In our next report, we meet 25-year-old Xu Xingwei. Despite being an English graduate of the National Taiwan Normal University, she gave up her traditional teaching career to guide the children of Taiwan using a new global educational teaching program that asks children to be the change they wish to see.
I feel this girl thinks what she believes in is valuable. She doesn't feel hindered by her ability or her age to be able to accomplish great things in life. She does not feel what she's trying to do is useless. This was what I suddenly realized about myself.
25-year-old Xu Xingwei speaks with passion about her life's philosophy to a group of teachers-to-be. In Taiwan, Xu gave up a career in teaching high school English to help head up a pioneer education program called Design for Change Taiwan. DFC, a global movement, was started by Kiran Sethi, the director of the Riverside School in India. The movement started by Sethi asking students to be the change they wish to see in this world.
Actually, when I was teaching, I went through a period of depression as I felt the education system was broken. For parents, students and teachers, everyone seemed bound by the system. Actually, our main goal in education should not be turning our children into studying robots, but to cultivate good citizens and have students understand they are a person of value.
It is because of such ideals that she started the Taiwan Youth Creative Action Association. Gathering like-minded partners, she has worked to discover how to break through traditional teaching methods and incorporate the ideals of Design for Change into students' lives.
Design for Change is a program in which we are encouraging children to question their environment and see what they can do to change it. I hope to spread this program in Taiwan, no matter how difficult or tiring it is. I want students to be able to raise Christians and find their own path in society.
Through exposure to Design for Change, the tribal children of Zhou started to question why their traditional tribal songs were dying out.
I'm pretty upset as there is only a few people left who know how to sing the song. I want the song to pass on to the next generation.
Hoping to change the situation, the students sought help from tribal elders, first learning the traditional songs themselves before passing it on to other students. Xu's movement helped the children of the Zhou tribe rediscover their heritage.
Fuxing High School students are the children of Taiwan. They are adorable.
Looking at pictures on the wall, Xu's heart is filled with hope as she knows endless possibilities are waiting to knock on these students' door.
The competitiveness of Taiwan's children can definitely be better. The most important thing is if one day they have a stage to perform on, they need to practice telling a story, practice their speaking ability, and how to best present their idea to the public. Only then will they be able to find what their own interest in life is and how to continue to do what they like.
The power of change lies in the hands of the young, as she has demonstrated in bringing DFC to Taiwan. Currently, she bravely continues on the path of encouraging the children of Taiwan to learn how to spread their wings and fly.
We stay in Taiwan at the end of the show, where Tzu Saos from Sanchong District recently visited a local nursing home and Bali's Aixin Care Center to care for the residents there. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.